Hello and welcome to the very first Treehouse demonstration where I will be going through the Treehouse application on my phone right here, and you will see it mirrored on the screen to my I guess this is my left what you're seeing, but to my right, your left. Okay, so let's dive right in, shall we? We have the application on the phone. This is Treehouse, and now this is a very early stage. If you're seeing this, we're talking to you very early, probably within the very first few hundred people. I just went through the loading screen, and what you see right now initially is the feed, and you could immediately log in, but instead, if you tap on the screen, you'll be able to see that this little creature, which is called a bi, it's a little AI character. It looks at where you tap on the screen, and it's looking, and it shows you what emotion it's feeling in real time. If you've tapped on the back screen, it shows this image, it blows it up, and if you drag your hand or finger around, you'll see that you can look around the space. And our first character up on the feed is Oliver, and that was randomly chosen. If you look down at the bottom, you have some options. Now, if you touch on the bi, it'll send the bi back to the front, and all those options go away. But if you go back in, touching that back, you'll be able to see the personality, where you can look around and see what it scored on its personality. These are the elements that kind of create the personality behind the character. It's randomly generated, and each one gets a unique personality upon generation, which anybody with an account can do. Also has a favorite quote. Right now, this one has the default, which is a quote from me. My favorite quote is. And then it also shows you the history of that bi. When it created a new bi, it generated a new room, and when you paint, which is something that I can show you a little later. So let's click back up on Oliver, and let's transition to the next one. So this is just like swiping to the next TikTok or swiping to the next Instagram or something like that. Right now, it's a swipe from left to right, and right now it only operates if you're below the head, and you'll see this like transition happen where you transition, and right now this next character is also called Oliver. This is the paint job that was done on it. Let's transition to the next one, Emma, which you can see a face underneath the face. That wasn't painted, that was generated, and you can generate images with your character. I think also the scene in the backdrop was that picture in the background was also generated. If we go into the history, you'll see what it actually had happening. So yeah, after it was created, it changed the favorite quote. What's the favorite quote? Yes, indeed, my friend, talking is what I do. Whether it's rhyming or chatting, I'm here for you. So right now, the core personality, all of these, they like to rhyme. You can see, it's hard to see on some of these backdrops, but it's something that we're still working on. So when you turn on its characteristics, it'll show those characteristics always for that character for you. But let's swipe to the next one on the feed. This one's named Joshua. It doesn't really have much going on. It hasn't been painted yet. Ethan. So right now, all you can do when you're in the feed is just scroll through and see different bi and what other people have created. You can, however, log in if you want to save one of these bi. And let me show you that. Right now, you can go into this, and you can either log in with a username and password, and if you don't have one, you can go down the bottom and it allows you to create an account, or you can just sign in with Google. Whether you have an account or you don't, if you just sign in with Google, it'll automatically log you in. And now we're logged in, so we're still on the feed, and it's clear that we need something that shows that we're in the feed. Right now, there's nothing indicating that. So that's going to be something that we go on our to-do list. But if we're like, oh, I want to save that room, you have the two options on top. You can either save the room or you can go to the library where you have things saved already. I'm going to choose to save this room. So we're saving, it just double checks, do you want to? We go into that, it transitions us into our library. That was the transition. Still need to work on that. Now that we have this character in our library, we have a few options. If we want to talk to it, we can open up the chat, and I'm going to just type in, "Hi, Ethan," and let's see what it says. Friend, I'm here to chat and help to the end. So as I said, right now, they're all imbued with this ability or this desire to rhyme as they talk to you. And you can talk to it about anything that you want to. Some things it'll find inappropriate, and like whatever the default is currently for ChatGPT, whatever the restrictions are for chatting to it, that's what the restrictions are for your buy. So yeah, we can go in. We can continue that, but right now I'm going to hit return at the bottom, which brings you back to the room, and then you can let's paint. You can also paint. So if you click on the paint button, you'll see that you have the character looking around. And you can choose whatever color you want. Just drag your finger somewhere around there, and then you can just start to. Uh-oh. Seems that the paint option is broken on this. Excellent. All right, we're gonna go out of here. There's not really much to update. Well, actually, you know what? Let's click on image. We're going to imagine, let's see that back wall, and we're going to type on the enter text and say, what do we want? Sunset. Let's put sunset. Okay. And then we're going to hit imagine. And now, it doesn't have like a animation indicating that it's thinking at the moment, but right now that's what it's doing. And then all of a sudden, ta-da, we have a nice sunset. If we want to click on the back there, we should be able to well, actually, if we go back to that and we click on that, we got a nice sunset, and you can scroll around and you can look. And that was completely generated by Ethan. Ethan created that sunset. If you want to do something very similar, like we go back over to Ethan, let's click on Ethan, and then we go to image, and we hit head, and we want to say, what would be something interesting? Chicken. Chicken. And that's what we want it to generate on its head. It won't be perfect because it's just applying this texture to everything. And again, it's thinking right now, it's generating it, and then it's going to pop up. So just give it a few moments in this early stage. Did I hit imagine? I think I didn't hit imagine. I'm going to hit imagine just in case I didn't do it. All right, so now we're actually thinking. And so, like I said, very early stages. This is the alpha. This is the very first build. What happened is we built the AWS so it can connect to, not we didn't build AWS, but we built it so it can connect to the AWS. It can generate all these things. It runs text generation and image generation through ChatGPT, through GPT, through OpenAI's GPT, but then it outputs it back through these characters, and then it also kind of combines everything, and anything you create, it stores if you update your room. So you can see right now we've got pieces of a chicken applied to the head. What you're supposed to be able to do is when you hit paint, even with this image, you're supposed to be able to draw on it. Oh, actually, now it's starting to work. All right, so now if we wanted to get rid of that, now the problem is, depending on the mood, your buy moves really fast as you paint or really slow. And let's see, and it's being cheeky. Let's give it some eyebrows. And now it's got a cute little whoa face. And it doesn't like its face, but we're gonna keep that. And right now we drew that. If we wanna do the same thing, we want to generate an image for the floor. We click on image, we select floor, and now let's give it a brick. Okay, so we added brick, and now we're hitting imagine, and now it's going to generate a brick for some kind of brick texture. We're letting DALL-E do it, so it's really difficult to see what kind of brick that is, but that is a brick texture that got applied to that. We can do the same thing if we want to apply to the bot. Oh, actually, right now we just have the floor, the wall. That's interesting. Let's see if this top one, turtle. Let's imagine a turtle. I clicked on buy wall. I think this is mislabeled. This is probably its body, but we'll see shortly. Yeah, it was its body. I put turtle. I think we see a turtle eye, and then there's some text on the bottom. Currently, the images haven't been properly mapped to the body. They just get applied and it looks like it's upside down. It's very similar to the face. It doesn't align perfectly. But this is pure alpha. We're testing for connections right now and capability and making sure that the pipes work, essentially. Like we hooked up the plumbing, but the hot water doesn't necessarily go to the right nozzle at the moment, right? Like if you turn the hot water, maybe the cold water comes out and vice versa. That's kind of what's going on. Like we can generate images, but there's still early days. There's a lot of issues. So we're going to go back out of this, and now we're going to update this room, which means we're going to publish this to the feed. So anybody who goes on will now be able to, if they go to the feed, they'll happen to see this this character. And if we go to our treehouse, we'll see at the very end, we have Ethan there, and you can see that Ethan has the face with the eyebrows and the mouth that we drew on there, and then also the turtle body and the brick floor, and we have that nice sunset behind it. And so these are the different characters that we have in our treehouse. And the idea is these BI are going to get a lot smarter. These BI are going to be able to generate a lot of content. And the whole treehouse allows you to go to your feed and share your BI on the feed and go through and see other people's characters, other people's BI, and see how they painted them, how they modified them, how they generated content. And if you want the content or the BI because you like the personality, like we were showing, if we see that it has personality attributes that you really like, and you feel like that might align with the character that you want to create or grow with or have as a friend, that's how that works. This is Sebastian. Let's go to another one. It's Christopher. This one apparently really likes a course. It's got a nice course running, and we can see the history. So yeah, it's changed some things in the back end, generated. So that is the general idea. This is BI. Please, feel free to play it. Oh, actually, let's show you one more thing. Let's generate our own. So now this one is, we just generated Joshua, and right now it starts with the default backend. And oh, what's funny is I see that it's got the brick texture, so that's a bug that we need to fix on that. So okay, so we got Oliver. It's looking at wherever I put my finger on the screen, and let's chat with it. Hey, buddy. Friend, ready to have some fun? Yes. Wait. What would you like to do? Let's play a game of would you rather. I'll start. Would you rather have the ability to fly or be invisible? I think that's pretty easy. I would like to fly. Flying high in the sky with wings you can defy, soaring through. So, we can scroll up. Hey, actually, I think that's a good quote. Flying high in the sky with wings you can defy, soaring through the clouds like a majestic bird in crowds. I'm going to click on that, and then we can save that as a quote. So if we go back and we tap on that backdrop and we go to favorite quote, now it's going to put that quote in the backdrop. Right now, there's a bug. The name is being attributed, but it's the wrong name. We got Oliver on the bottom. This is all messed up. All messed up. This is the beauty of our first time through this stuff. This is the very first time. So I'm excited to watch this improve. And that's what this whole thing is about. Like, you can go on this journey with me. The idea was we were going to get Treehouse to the very first stage. This is the very first stage. A networked application that we had an AI generated character that we could on the back end improve. So the idea is right now it's currently connected to OpenAI's ChatGPT and DALL-E, but as you generate as we move forward, when you generate a character, it's going to randomly choose different operating AI systems, different LLMs to use as its processing capability. Meanwhile, we're going to be improving the ability to memorize contextual information from the person it is with, the person's account, the account, and we're going to do so in a secure way where only the buy can have access to this information when it is logged into your account, but it can't share that information with somebody else, and no one else can access that information, even if they did log onto your account. The only way that they'd be able to access that information if they were logged into your account and speaking to a buy, and that way that if that's the only way, the same way that you'd be able to access it. So it becomes increasingly important. Security becomes increasingly important as we're moving forward. But ultimately, that's what the buy is here to help you with. So let's turn off that favorite quote by going, well, personality. Let's turn it up. Oh, apparently this doesn't have personality. Interesting that it switched the name to Oliver. I think there's something on the back end destroying the names, because it wasn't named Oliver at the very beginning of this. In our history, yeah, there's some stuff that didn't get properly done. So let's go back. I'm going to delete this room. Yes, and then we go back to our treehouse, and we'll see that now Ethan is the only one that we have, and we only have 2 Olivers, an Ethan, and an Emma. And so that's our first go at oh no, Liam. Hello, Liam. Looks like we just went back to the feed. Did we? Or we're at the end of the feed. Currently, it's not looping. Brandon. Oh no. So we got plenty more to go through. Emily, Oliver. There are a lot of Olivers. Eleanor. So yeah. Thank you for watching this one, and yeah, I'll catch you on next week's.